I'll be honest with you, Benty. When we were talking, I think it was yesterday we were on air, and I was saying, I'm changing my mind hourly. I thought it was going to be 1-1, then I thought 5-0, then I thought we'd lose. But I don't think you can get better than that from a team performance, from the scoreline, just everything about that 6-2 win. It just ticked every box, didn't it?
Everything, even down to the substitutions. You look at the way we started, 3 goals before half-time. Obviously, the long delay, which I thought was a joke, because he's quite clearly got concussion. Took a big bang on the goalkeeper, and he was down for 14 minutes in the first half. Not good enough, but for England's perspective, absolutely superb. I mean, Saka, what a performance from him. Jude Bellingham. I think that's the one player a lot of English fans were looking forward to seeing how good he could be. Stepped up, was absolutely fantastic. Then the impact off the bench. Grealish getting his goal. Callum Wilson setting him up. The likes of Rashford coming on, showing real composure. A year ago, Rashford doesn't do that. He doesn't do that. So if you're an England fan, you're absolutely buzzing today.
We just heard actually from Gareth Southgate via talkSPORT England correspondent Faker Others. One of the things he said was that there was sloppy mistakes from the England team. Is that fair? Is that just Gareth trying to find something a little bit negative, as if to say, listen, that wasn't perfection, don't get too carried away?
It was fantastic, and Iran's got a perfectly good goal. The first one was a good goal, well worked, slipped in behind, good finish. The penalty's a shambles, because the penalty in the first half on Harry Maguire, that's a penalty. The fact that they give it for Iran was poor, but if you're Gareth Southgate, you've just won 6-2. You've got to be absolutely delighted. England notoriously are not fast starters. You know what I mean? They start off they kind of gradually get themselves into it. Today they came out the blocks fast, smashed around 6-2, and sent a message around the world, I think.
When you saw the lineup, what was your initial reaction?
Yeah, I mean, the only place I would have probably changed would have been Mount for Foden. That's the one I said yesterday. But they were brilliant. Even he played really well, Mason Mount. But there's so many good individual performances. I know Harry Kane probably thinking to himself, I walked off the pitch and no goals. But listen, his goals will come. But the performances of Saka, I mean, 2 goals for him. And you've got to think, you've got to go back a couple of years after the Euros. Raheem Sterling was obviously racially abused.
Bit of redemption, yeah?
Redemption. He didn't step up, didn't take a penalty. Saka missed, was absolutely hammered. Marcus Rashford, he missed as well. The fact that these 3 guys made an impact today, I think that sends a massive, massive message that, listen, you can't keep these great players down. Saka's come back for the season with Arsenal, been absolutely superb. But there were a number of good performances from this England team. And if you're Gareth Southgate, I think you're almost trying to nitpick to find something, because I thought the performance was fantastic.
And also, of course, when you beat a team by 6-2, you have the opportunity maybe in the last 30 minutes to make changes. We made them. Dyer, Foden, Grealish, Rashford and Wilson as well all came on, all played their part in a brilliant performance. I suppose that gives Gareth Southgate a nice headache to have, doesn't it?
Well, it's not so much a headache, because these guys have come off the bench. They've made an impact from the bench. So that's where they began back to, the bench. So it's one of them where the team started off really well. The impact subs came on. Callum Wilson came on for Harry Kane. Because how many times have we sat here, Andy, and said, is he going to play Kane every minute of every game? He's finally made the change. Callum Wilson comes on, has a real impact. Grealish scores coming off the bench. Eric Dyer stepped in, looked really comfortable in that position. And Marcus Rashford getting his goal. Fantastic goal. So if you're Gareth Southgate, I get it. You've got to kind of find a way of not nitpicking, but almost thinking, right, what can I change that's got to be better against the USA or Wales? But when you look at that individual performances around the team, the likes of Rice, Bellingham, I mean, collectively, there cannot be that much you're upset about, because they were fantastic.
There was a moment towards it, I think it was the last goal, I've lost count if I'm being brutally honest, where Callum Wilson was clean through, squared it to Jack Grealish.
Fuming.
Now, I'm lucky enough to be sat next to you, and also I've got Carlton Cole the other side, so 2 players that have played at the highest level know exactly where the back of the goal is. And you both said to me at the same time, should never have squared that, I would never have passed it. What does that tell you about Callum Wilson's mindset? What does that tell you about the team spirit as well?
Yeah, the team spirit's high. Listen, him going through there, I'm telling you right now, he would have wished that Jack Grealish wasn't there.
Okay.
So he could have just gone for goal. But you're right, he chose the right option, right way to pass, used his pace getting in behind, timed his running behind to perfection. And it looks like they're a good group of kids. And when you look at where they can go in this tournament, I know a lot of people will say, yeah, but it's Iran, doesn't matter. They've just put 6 past Iran in a World Cup. That would give every single one of them players massive confidence.
Is it coming home?
Listen, the jury's out still, but they've had a fantastic...
No, that's not the answer.
Yes, it's coming home.
Is it coming home, everyone? Yeah, I think football's coming home.
Do you think it's coming home?
I don't want to get too excited. 6-2's unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
I mean, they're the type of games where we come out on air after it and go like 1-0, are we happy with that? Are we happy with 1-0?
100%.
6-2, I mean, that's 10 out of 10 for me. I know Gareth Southgate's come out and said sloppy moments in the game. He has to say that.
Yeah.
We can't get too excited. But I can't remember an England performance in a tournament where we were that good to begin with. Usually we get off to a slow start.
Yeah, sluggish, but today they came out the trops. But they've got players playing really well this season.
Yeah.
Harry Maguire obviously stepped in there, looked really comfortable. John Stones was good.
Do you think it makes a difference just in the middle of the season?
Yeah, because players are sharper.
Yeah, I think so.
They're not knackered, they're sharper.
Yeah.
So I think this, I've said it before, I think this World Cup, you'll see the best kind of quality of football that we've seen in a long time because the players are fresh.